Hello everyone and welcome back to the SteemTrail Gaming podcast. Today is the 11th November of 2018. My name is Kralizec and I will be one of your hosts for the evening. The other host is Tygergamer. Hey Tiger, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. How about you?
Still tired, but I got 99% of what I'm going to teach next week already prepared. That should give me tons more time to actually play games next week. So hopefully I will get some shit actually done.
Okay.
So let's talk about video games. What do you say?
Alright, let's do it.
Okay, so what interesting games did you get to play last week?
Well, I only get to play one game, and that game is Spit Kiss.
Oh, cool. I played as well. So, well, what do you think of that?
I think it's a real well-designed one-finger platformer for mobile.
Mm-hmm. I would generally agree.
Yeah. Like, the controls and the platforming in the game is tight. You have to be precise about where you want to jump to next. Otherwise, you have to start the level over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I gotta say, I will not try to spoil this game too much. I have a review ready of it. I have it filmed. I have the audio done. I just need to post a review tomorrow. Did you play this on PC or did you play this on mobile?
On mobile.
Interesting. So did I. And I don't think I've actually played a better platformer on mobile yet.
Yeah, really.
So let's first talk about the gameplay, because I do think there is one point of contention about this game. But let's first talk about the gameplay. So I love the fact that they designed the UI around... No, they didn't go around. They designed with the idea of touch phones in mind. It's a primarily touch phone device game. And just usually when you play platformers, or at least the ones that try to be a bit more serious, let's say, on mobile phones, they're just so stuck in the world of PC and console gaming with their controls.
Yeah.
And Spitkiss and its developer Triple Topping just said, fuck it, we're gonna do it our own way, and they did an amazing job with it.
Yeah, they did.
There is one thing that I think could be slightly concerning to some people, and that's the story. Did you play it fully? Did you play it till the end?
I'm on level 46, so...
Okay, so I'm gonna be a jerk and I'm gonna spoil the story for you.
Alright, go for it.
The main character ends up with both of the guys who are chasing after her. So I think you can see why this could be a point of contention for a decent amount of people. I personally am not going to say whether this is wrong, whether this is right, because I don't think I should bring my own personal politics into a review of a game.
Yeah.
But I can see that people who are, well, more conservative or traditionalist in their views, they will hate the shit out of this game. And on the other hand, people who will be more progressive on the political side of things, they will praise the shit out of this game. The thing is, this game is so obviously targeted at young adults. I would honestly say children.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is the age group meant for this?
I would say early teens.
Yeah, I was thinking something around 13 would be like the target audience.
Yeah.
And and it's actually, I think, very targeted at girls with its graphical style.
Hmm.
Though I do believe even guys can enjoy the shit out of it because it's truly an awesome platformer.
Oh yeah, I
But
agree.
I'm not just. And the thing is, I do believe that game developers have the right to put their own personal opinions about stuff, including stuff like this, including stuff like
Oh, yeah.
relationships inside of their games. I'm just
Hmm.
not that sure whether I like it in games meant for such young people.
Well, another way to look at it is it since it is targeted at younger people.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game shows, hey, you can be here whoever you want to be with. You know.
Yeah, I agree with that point. Okay, I will say my own personal opinion about the story. I think the story is well written,
Yeah.
presented in a very good way, and I love the fact that it is completely without words because it opens it up to a completely international audience.
Yeah.
That's something that shouldn't be underappreciated about Spitkiss.
Hmm.
But then you have the part with the story ending, and there, I personally don't care whether you have one partner or 57 partners.
Same here. You do you.
But this is, let's face it, the people who developed this game are so obviously trying to influence young teenagers. And recently, I have had a lot of experience with young teenagers as I have been teaching
Yeah.
in a school. I can tell you these guys are not ready to form their own opinions about this. They just aren't. They aren't mentally there. So if your argument is so well, they can decide themselves. No, they are still in the phase when they are learning by societal norms, or some of them are rebelling against societal norms, obviously, but mostly they will still be following societal norms. So I'm just not sure. I personally am going to give the game a recommendation in the review, just to say because the
Oh,
game
yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
But if you were a parent considering buying this, I think you should really consider whether you want your children to be learning this kind of stuff based on your personal opinions. Whether you think children should be more traditional in their love life or not.
Yeah. Yeah. And at that point, I would say if you're a parent watching this and you're either against or for this, I would say first educate your children on your point of view, and go
Yeah.
from there.
Your kids will have fun with this game. That's for
Oh
sure. Just don't leave the education of your children to video games.
yeah, that's your job.
Yeah. One thing that should be mentioned: this game is a paid game, even on mobile phones.
Yeah.
It's $2 whether you're playing on Android or on iOS. It's $3 on PC for some reason. I don't know why.
Hmm.
Though I would actually suggest you play this on mobile. Is that kind of game that just fits there? Not that it will play
Yeah.
bad on PC, but it's a mobile game and it's so amazing. Then you should play it.
Hmm.
And
And one question: did you play it on PC at all?
no, I bought it only on mobile. I didn't want to spend money for it twice. It just seemed stupid.
Okay.
But as far as I understand, it's the same exact game except for aiming with your thumb, you use your mouse to aim. And yeah, that seems like it would work really well. It would be much more precise than your thumb, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will work well on PC as well. Hey, you got anything else to say about Spitkiss?
I know. I recommend it if you have the time and you have $2 lying around. You get on Android and iOS, so go for it.
Or even PC?
Yeah.
Though you need $3 there. That's a huge difference. That's 50% more. Okay, anything else you got to play this week?
No. How about you?
I actually did. I don't know how I found the time. Oh, I do, because I could have played that one on, when I was like traveling. I played a game called Grip Combat Racing. And if you know anything about how the game works, this is a racing game with combat. And I was pleasantly surprised with this one. Usually combat games, combat racing games, they aren't that good. It's really hard to do them well. And that's sort
Yeah.
of sad because they're an awesome subgenre of the racing world. But Grip actually manages to do this really well. There are a lot of different modes. The weapons feel like they have a lot of impact. The game looks really great. It uses Unreal Engine 4. There are few complaints I have about it. The multiplayer scene seems to be quite lacking, but that's sort of to be expected. You can actually find games, but it's often hard to get into them because either the game is just full, or you will have to like wait 3-5 minutes for the previous race to end so you can join into the other race. So that's where sad, but that again depends on how many people are playing at any given moment. The other complaint is the races feel somewhat empty, especially when you're in the lower tiers of races where it's pretty easy and most of the time you're just going to be in first place. It doesn't feel like that there's that much happening. You ideally just want to use your weapons until you get a shield, so you have something to prevent getting knocked off of the track with one of the guys behind you if they do come to you. In the upper tiers it's getting better, but I really do wish there was a lot more cars in the race. The most I have encountered so far are 9 racers in one race. I think an ideal number would be something like 30 to 40 and make the cars less durable. So, it would be almost like an elimination race. If you can get destroyed and others can get destroyed, that would be something I would really, really like. Also, one more, a slight, but this is more of like just nitpicking. The cars are somewhat boring, even though there's a lot of different cars and they have different like stats, different acceleration, different steering, grip, etc. They all look somewhat sameish, but I don't know how to solve that one because there's one core tenet of this game, and that is you can ride on pretty much any surface, and you can ride on your normally you can ride upside down, on the side, and so the cars need to look the same from both sides, from the top and from the bottom, because otherwise you couldn't drive upside down. I really don't see a real solution to this one, but it's just like kind of nitpicky. I wish there was like more variety in the cars, but yeah, they all look sameish. But yeah, it's not that expensive. It has a lot of gameplay. I'm like 7 hours in. I'm at tier 4, if I remember correctly, out of tier 12. And it's up there for $30. I would say this is the best AA game I have played this year.
Okay.
So give Grip Combat Racing a try if you're a fan of racing and destroying shit. Okay, that's it for the games we played this week, honestly. Then I guess it's time to take a look at the news. And we have to continue with the news from last week, as there's more stuff to talk about Diablo and Blizzard and BlizzCon. So, first piece of news, apparently there were some rumors going on that Originally, there was a plan to announce Diablo 4 at BlizzCon 2018, but it was scrapped a few weeks before BlizzCon itself happened. Essentially, the idea was that it would be very similar to how the Elder Scrolls 6 were announced at E3. And honestly, if that would have happened, just, like a logo, I think I personally would have been more pissed than with what happened in reality.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I don't think there isn't a single person in the world who doesn't understand that Diablo 4 is being developed. It's just like, yeah, obviously it's being developed. I'm gonna take a wild guess. There are probably people working on some like little tidbits of Diablo 5 at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's how far ahead these kind of companies are working, and I know it's going to be like 8 years from Diablo 4 to Diablo 5. There's already some people thinking about it. Maybe it's not like literal work being done, it's maybe like somebody just scribbling notes somewhere, but he's doing it. So why would an announcement that would essentially be a logo and maybe like 5 images really get me excited? I know Diablo 4 is being made. I don't... unless you show me something that tells me more about a game, I don't really care. And honestly, just showing me, yeah, I knew. Give me more. I want to see more. Though Blizzard has came out and they made a statement saying, we generally don't comment on rumors or speculations, but we can say that we didn't pull any announcements from BlizzCon this year or have plans for further announcements. We continue to have different teams working on multiple announced Diablo projects, and we look forward to announcing when the time is right. So, they essentially said, no, that's just not what happened. Don't you think it would have been more of a fuck you to gamers if they just showed a logo and nothing? Rather than showing nothing?
I do think, though, if they were to, like, show just the logo, that might put more, the backlash for Immortals would not have been as severe as it is right now if they would have, ended the show with a logo or something like that.
I do agree with you there. But I personally think if you think about it with more common sense rather than just emotions, like most people seem to be, it would have been a much more bigger fuck you to gamers. It's like, yeah, we know you all are waiting for this, so here's one random logo we made for you guys. That would essentially be it. It would just be like, yeah, we know what you're here for. We don't have it, so fuck you. Here's one image. That's what it went to me. It's like, great. I knew it was happening, but taunt me with one. It's the same with the Elder Scrolls 6. Like, yeah, you showed me one screen, but you didn't tell me anything else. And I want it now, and I gotta wait for probably years for it without knowing any information at this point. That's not creating a hype. That's just...
At most, you have to wait 6 years for it.
Yeah, it's just like, huh? Why? Why show me even anything? Why get me riled up for something? I'm gonna probably have children at that point. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And in related news, Alan Adam, one of the co-founders of Blizzard, was talking in a post-announcement press conference via the Korean YouTube channel with squiggly lines I can't pronounce. And he said, many of us over the last few years have shifted from playing primarily desktop to playing many hours on mobile, and we have many of our best developers now working on new mobile titles across all of our IPs. Some there are with external partners like Diablo Immortals. Many of them are being developed internally only, and we'll have information to share on those in the future. I will also say that we have more products in development today at Blizzard than we ever had in our history, and our future is very bright. So, yeah, Blizzard is developing more mobile games on all of their IPs. Is that a surprise to you?
No, it's not.
Is that a surprise to anybody who knows anything about the gaming industry?
Hopefully not.
Like, I just feel like many of the people who are outraged right now are stuck in the old ways, and they don't realize that mobile gaming is here to stay.
Oh yeah.
Whether you like it or not, and I know there are a lot of memes going on about how even PC and console gamers can agree that mobile gaming sucks. I disagree.
Yeah, I do too.
Just take a look at the game we both played this week, Spitkiss. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's great. It
Yes.
plays so well. When you want to talk about esports, take a look at Clash Royale. It's doing really well, and it's a good game. I've played it for at least a year. I've been at about 4,000 trophies. Then I quit because I've been playing it for years. I got bored. That's what happens. But there are people still playing this game competitively for money. I'm currently playing a game called Smashing 4. It's somewhat of a clone of Clash Royale in terms of its UI, but in terms of gameplay, it's very different. But again, it's a semi-competitive game. Whether we like it or not, mobile gaming is here to stay. Mobile gaming is becoming the norm among young people. Whether we like it or not, it's just here. And gaming companies have to adjust to the shift in the market. If they don't, they will die out. Especially big-ass companies like Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, or EA, or Ubisoft. They have to adapt to the fact that more and more people prefer gaming on their mobile phones compared to consoles or PCs. If you want to keep getting AAA games for your computer, and if you want to keep getting AAA games for your consoles, you have to deal with the fact that there will be also games for mobile phones.
Yeah.
And hopefully there will come a time where these companies realize that they don't need to fill all of their games just to the brim with microtransactions. Hopefully Blizzard is the first of these companies who realizes that that kind of a model, while insanely profitable, is hurting the industry in the long run, and that they can make tons of money through better models. And I would argue that they do understand it based on how Hearthstone works, because Hearthstone, remember, is also a mobile game. You can play it on mobile. And yes, the game can be fucking expensive. I know of people who put like $10,000 into Hearthstone.
Dang.
But over like 6 years.
Still though.
Oh yeah, they're the kind of people who also play World of Tanks, and they spent like $20,000 on World of Tanks. They're just the kind of person who has the money, but doesn't have the time, but they want to be the best.
Yeah.
And that's okay, whether you like it or not. It's just a different way to play games. So hopefully when Blizzard announces more mobile games, there isn't that much of a backlash. Hopefully the fanboys, let's face it, it's the fanboys who are creating this rumble, realize that mobile gaming is here to stay. Though I'm afraid that they will not understand it. Because they will be, back in my time, we played on computers. Yeah, so did all the rest. And we still do play on our computers. But we also play on our phones. Because we're not fossils.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move away from Diablo, Blizzard, and all this shit. Let's go to another game that we never talk about. Let's talk about Fortnite. But this time, it's somewhat insane. So the CEO of Epic Games Korea, Sung Cho Park, recently had an interview with a Korean site called Inven, and in it he said that the game has exceeded 8.3 million concurrent players. If you don't know what the word concurrent means, it means that there were 8.3 million people playing Fortnite at one moment in time.
Dang.
That's just bonkers, man. To give you guys a bit of a context, Steam database, SteamDB, shows that there are about 13 to 15 concurrent users across all of Steam at normal times. It's higher at peaks. But that's about only 40% more through all the games on Steam, throughout all of them, compared to one single game. Remember the time when the fact that World of Warcraft had 10 million subscribers total?
Yep.
Was like, holy fuck! We're getting close to that number of people playing at the same moment for one game. I'm just baffled.
Yeah, me too.
Do you think Fortnite will reach that magical 10 million?
Yeah, quite a possibility. It's quite a possibility.
I think that will actually be like a moment of computer gaming history. And it will take a... No, I'm serious. And I know a lot of people like to make fun out of Fortnite. But the game is good. Yeah. It's fun. And it's so massively successful. That part is not funny. It's just like, holy fuck. Did they manage to hit the market perfectly?
Oh, yeah.
And it will take a long time before another game succeeds them in the amount of success. Like, remember when everything was Minecraft?
Mm-hmm.
I think Minecraft was just like a teeny thing compared to Fortnite. No, not like a teeny thing, but it was like its younger brother that, yeah, he's there, but look at him. You know, that's how it seems to me. It's like, when I'm teaching in school, so I like to play Simon Says with my kids, you know, as a warm-up activity. And sometimes I say, Simon Says dance. Like 3/4 of the class do the Fortnite dance.
Wow.
And then I like ask them, do you play video games? I don't even ask them, do you play Fortnite? Just ask them, do you play video games? They're like, no. They still do the Fortnite dance. It's just, what the heck?
Yeah, and think about this way as well. Fortnite, back when it was first announced, back in 2011, was initially going to be Minecraft with the Horde mode.
Yeah, initially she didn't have even had Battle Royale mode.
Yeah.
And then people were saying, oh, it's not going to surpass PUBG because PUBG's the original. Well, that was a bad prediction, man.
Yeah.
But seriously, kudos to Epic. You did some epic shit with Fortnite.
Yep, sure did.
Okay, let's move on from Fortnite because otherwise my brain's gonna melt. Let's talk about the Xbox XO18 special conference. So I think you know more about this one than I do. So would you take this one?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would not really call it a conference. It was more like a 2-hour commercial.
Okay, that's fair, I guess.
Pretty much, they announced new updates in DLC for State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves. They finally announced a release date for Crackdown 3, which is coming out February 15th. They announced 16 new games for Game Pass. And I'd say one of them of note for me is Ori Will the Wisp will be released on Game Pass day one. So
that's amazing. Ori is amazing in total.
And not to mention for the holiday season, for anyone that signs up for their first month gets only has to pay $1 for Game Pass for their first month.
The game that like seemed most interesting to me were Void Bastards.
Oh yeah.
The aesthetic, oh man, this just speaks to me. And a roguelite first-person shooter, I just hope it's good because we just don't get enough of them. I'm still sad that Ziggurat is still the best one I played. I really want to get a good one, and yeah, this thing looks good.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it will. Hopefully, it will come to PC as well. Most Xbox titles these days, at least the ones that come from Game Pass, do tend to make their place to PC. If it does, I'm gonna snatch this one like 27 minutes before it releases.
Yeah, and also I'd also like to say, hey, if going back to one of our previous news stories from a few weeks back, if Game Pass comes to PC, I highly recommend that all you PC players give it a try.
Yeah, I'll see what the deal with it is. I might like do a Game Pass PC review.
Go for it.
That could have been like a cool thing, I think.
I've had Game Pass for about a year now, and I've loved it. So.
Okay. What else can you tell us about the advertisement?
And I would say the biggest thing to come out of this event was Microsoft acquired NXILE, which are the developers behind the Bard's Tale 4, and they also acquired Obsidian Entertainment.
Oh yeah, that's behind, big. Yeah,
Pillars of Eternity and Fallout New Vegas. So, to see what comes out of these studios.
Which one did you prefer? New Vegas or Pillars?
I have yet to play Pillars.
Oh man!
So I would have to go with New Vegas.
New Vegas was amazing, but Pillars of Eternity, while I never managed to finish it because it's just too big. It's like it's the same thing like Might and Magic 6 when I was younger. It's like I love this game. I will defend it to the brink of my teeth, but I have never ever finished it, like without cheats. So yeah, I would say Pillars is amazing. Like if you have like
no doubt
3,000 hours of your life to dedicate to a game, play Pillars.
Which, and like, whenever I have the time, I will play through Pillars. But right now, I'm freaking busy. I'm just finished Red Dead Redemption 2, so yeah, and that was a big game on its own. So, but yeah, I'd also like to say, I think in like the event as a whole, I think Microsoft, they could have just did like a press release instead of this huge event.
Yeah, but marketing, man. Marketing. And marketing. If you haven't heard me, marketing.
Yeah. But also, I'd also like going to a point that just watching this event yesterday proved to me that both Sony and Microsoft are starting to wind down this generation of consoles.
Yeah, that seems fairly obvious. I'm still wondering whether they will try streaming as the thing for the new generation.
Yeah.
I hope they don't, because I don't think the internet infrastructure is ready for it.
No, it's not.
Though, on the other hand, demand creates supply. So if they provide it and people want it, that could sort of force internet providers to, well, make the infrastructure better, hopefully.
Yeah.
I know the infrastructure in the United States, it's, well, random to say the least. There are places where you get so much amazing internet, and there are places where you're lucky if your internet works. I think Europe is better prepared in this case. Interestingly, like, you wouldn't. Can you guess what country in Europe has the best internet on average?
I would say Sweden.
Romania.
Romania.
That's the country with vampires. It's like, I think the average wage there is around $500 per month. But almost everybody has gigabit internet. They really took, the European Union was offering tons of money to states to enhance their internet. And Romania really used it well. Like, you can live in a shack, like literally a shack that you probably built with a saw. You will probably have a gigabit internet there.
Oh, wow.
It's like, that's the one thing that's amazing about Romania. I actually want to know, what's the average wage there? Romania average wage. What's the minimum average salary in Romania 2018? Come on, load. So the minimum wage is $300 per month. That's the minimum wage per month. That's around $3,500 per year. Could you live off that?
It depends on what their economy is.
No, I mean in America.
No.
Their average salary is $630. That's their average. That's $7,500 per year. Yeah, they still have gigabit internet. Wouldn't you love to have gigabit internet?
Heck yeah.
Move to Romania.
Shoot, right now, I just checked. Right now, my speed is at around 82 megs per second.
Yeah, my download is around 90 to 95. I have the weirdest internet because my upload speed is from 90 to 100. I have faster upload speeds than download speeds. It's just...
Wow, that is weird.
Well, I have a symmetrical line, so my download and upload should be the same. I have 100 meg, like, in the contract. But the thing is, people download much more shit, so the line gets used much more for download. And when I upload, I'm like the only one who's uploading shit.
Yeah, same here. Shoot, me. At most, I get like when I checked just now, I got like around 2.9 upload speed.
Oh man, I would die.
Dude, that's a lot quicker than what I used to have.
So let's actually just take, so the Spitkis, the review itself is half a gigabyte, and that's one of the shorter reviews. If I'm gonna upload it in like 50 seconds, how much time it would take you? I'm doing something wrong. 500. Yeah, it would take you 200 seconds, and it would take me... Oh, it would take me 5 seconds. That's hilarious.
Yeah. And the internet I used before, like a year ago, it would have taken me around 3 hours to upload that.
So I remember one time I was uploading this hour-long Hearthstone clip. Oh, clip. It was an arena run. It had like 18 gigabytes. How long would it have you been uploading that?
Well, at most, I upload around 2 gig
Hmm.
clips, and that right there would take me around 80 minutes.
So 17 would be
Right now.
like. So let's just multiply by 10 to make it easier. 800 minutes. How long is that in hours? That's
I'd say,
13 hours.
yeah. Ooh.
So that's like you click the upload button when you're going to bed, and when you wake up, it's still not uploaded.
Yeah, shoot. This,
And
this is my
that's a
last point
4K.
on this.
And can you imagine uploading in 4K?
Oh, shoot! Last night, I went ahead and like uploaded like 2 videos, and
Hmm.
at the time my upload was like at around 600 kilobytes,
Oh, holy hell.
and that was like those like two 20-minute videos. It took 10 hours to upload all both of them.
Man, I'm sorry for you. I literally am
Thankfully, I
sorry
was
for you.
thankfully I was asleep at the time, so
Is there not a better option for you? Like, can you pay more and get more speed, or like get even mobile like internet through LTE or
unfortunately,
something?
unfortunately, I live in a rural area. I live out in the country, so the best option which I have right now is Zito Media.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
Once I move, I will have to probably downgrade on my upload speeds.
Ooh.
Uh, the thing is, right now I live right on top of an optical fiber.
Lucky you.
Yeah, like, and I live like 200 meters away from me is the core cable, the one that brings all the internet to this town or to this city, because it's not a town; it's 100,000 people living here. Because I live really short away from the university, and the cable goes straight to the university.
Hmm.
But once I move, and I will be moving sometime in the summer, I will probably move slightly away from here. I will probably have to downgrade. I think I'm going to retain the same download speed, but that doesn't concern me that much. But the upload speed will either fall to 20 or to 50 megabytes,
Mm-mm.
megabits.
Yeah. Hopefully, whenever whenever I move wherever, it'll be an upgrade for me.
Well, what I was actually considering is there is a device that allows you to combine two internet connections
Hmm.
for upload purposes, even. It's a bit costly. They want like $1,000 for it.
Dang.
And you have to pay for two connections. But I could buy the two cheaper ones that, because the download speed, it jumps from like, it starts at 10, then it goes to 50, then it goes to 100. But upload speed, it goes like 5, 10, 20.
Hmm.
So I could get like the two tens, pay less money than for the highest, and still get a 20 upload.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would need to make sure that it gets paid over time. I actually save money instead of just buying the higher tier package.
Hmm.
You know what? We've been talking about internet for a long time. Let's go back to
I
games.
know.
Our last piece of news for today is about Prima Games. And if you're
Hmm.
younger, you probably never heard of this company in your life. But if you're older, like us, this is a company that saved your life so many times. Prima Games was a company, or at the moment is a company, that has been making strategy guides for video games. And again, if you're younger, you probably don't have a clue what a strategy guide is. To sum it up, it's essentially a walkthrough, but in written form. But sadly, the company will be closing in the spring of 2019. Rest in peace. The company was founded back in 1990, so it's been producing guides for 28 years straight. And yeah, obviously, the company is just not making money anymore. Like,
yeah,
why would it be making money with the abundance of guides and videos and walkthroughs available online for any game? The last guide to be produced is going to be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So if you actually want a piece of gaming history, I suggest you get that. One day it's actually going to have a lot of value.
Yeah, and I might consider getting one. Yeah. Myself.
Like, wait 20 years. I wonder where they're located. That might actually be something for you to consider. Find out where they are located, buy it, and go there and get it signed.
There you go.
It's gonna like 20 years from now, it's gonna sell for like $1,000 at minimum. Well, it's gonna, because so little people are gonna buy it. It's just gonna be a non-existent thing, and the fact that you're gonna have it signed, it's like, so listen, I know you guys are closing, so could you just sign this for me, or just send them a letter and ask them if they would sign you a copy? Just, thanks for all the memories.
You know what? Unfortunately, though, and I don't think it was a Prima guide. But the only guide I remember ever getting when I was younger was a guide for Star Fox Adventures for the GameCube.
I remember having like 20 guides, and then a bunch of them just like printed, copied from my friends. I'm sure I had one for Might and Magic 6, one for Might and Magic 7, one for Might and Magic 8. I think I had the one for Oblivion. I was a huge RPG gamer, if you didn't guess it.
Yeah.
I had like 20 of them at least. But, when I was older, I just threw them out because why would you keep such an item? But I should have kept it. But you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. For me personally, I like I don't even look up guides until like after I've beaten a game, to like get all the side stuff. That's when I look up a guide.
I do when I get stuck. When I'm sitting, it's 40 minutes and I can't get past a point. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna find how to do this part. It's like, when you're searching for that one button to push. Like, I pushed 24 million buttons. I always miss one. I don't know how. Which button haven't I found? Oh, it's this one. How didn't I push this button? It's so obvious it's sitting here. So that's usually where I get stuck.
Yeah. Oh, and also, just let everyone know that if you're curious, Primer Games is located in Roseville, California.
So if you're in California, go get your guides signed right now. It's gonna add like a ton of value to them in the future, and don't throw them out. Don't be like me. Okay, so that was the news for this week. Or unless we missed something, did we miss something?
No. We pretty much covered all the major stuff that happened this past week.
Okay, then let's talk about interesting games for next week.
Yes.
And I would like to start with a game called Bad North. And man, this game looks super interesting to me. So it's a real-time tactics roguelike. about defending your island kingdom against a horde of Vikings. And has really, really charming graphics. Seriously, this game, you know, I'm not that big on AAA graphics. They're nice, but I prefer soul to the graphics, and this game just has that in spades. And a real-time tactics game. I wonder how that will play, and hopefully it will be good. I really can't wait to get my hands on this one. It's coming out on the 16th. That means in 4 days. Sadly, we do not have a price on this. But if you like tactics games, if you like roguelites, and if you like charming graphics, definitely keep this one in your sights.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you like to recommend for next week?
Well, first off, I'd like to recommend Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. It's coming out Tuesday, November 13th for $40 for the Xbox One and PS4. It's they have remade all 3 of the original Spyro games for the new generation, and this being Spyro being one of the first games I really ever got into, this series has a special place in my heart, and I can't wait to go back and revisit and see what all they've touched up.
I really hope that a lot of children will fall in love with this series again.
Yes.
Because they deserve to.
I agree.
Okay, my second recommendation for next week is Hitman 2. It's a game about killing people, about Agent 47. It's essentially the second season of the reimagining of the series, and yeah, Hitman has always had a special place in my gaming life. It's the perfect blend of stealth and style.
Yeah.
It's just, there's something special about just, you know, being an assassin, just walking in there, having a suit on, not giving a shit about anything, and just murdering the shit out of people without anybody noticing you.
Yeah.
So, again, they're coming out on the 13th. That's in about 2 days. Obviously, it's a AAA game. It's going to be $60 for a standard edition, going to $79 for silver and $89 for gold. Don't pre-order this, but it's going to be good. They won't dare to screw this one up.
Yeah.
Okay, what else would you like to recommend?
And of course, my final recommendation is Fallout 76. It's coming out on Wednesday, November 14th for, of course, $60 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. If you're a Fallout fan, if you're a diehard Fallout fan, pick this game up. But if you're not a big multiplayer game and you don't like what's on offer at the beginning of this game, I'll say wait a bit and see what all the post updates will bring, because most definitely they are going to be updating this game. So
yeah, I would like to add one thing to that. You should go listen to Country Roads right now.
Yes. Oh, and I also like to mention, I played the beta. One thing I would recommend all of you do when you first boot up the game when it releases and you decide to buy it, always turn on the radio to see what other music is in the game.
Yeah, Fallout is just legendary for its music. It's so amazing.
Yes. I freaking love the radio. Oh. Give me a sec.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay, and I actually have one more recommendation this week. This is a game called Underworld Ascendant. You probably never heard of this thing. It's from Other Side Entertainment, and you likely never heard of them either. But this is from the creative minds behind System Shock, Thief, and the Underworld series. And it's going to be an adventure RPG action game. And oh yeah, it just that sounds good. And the fact that it's coming from people who made such awesome games,
Yes.
I will have to give this one a try. Like I will have to. I don't think I will be able to make a review of it. It will likely be too big because it's an RPG. But does this just seem like totally up my alley? Like a stealth action adventure game with RPG elements. Oh yeah, yeah. That sounds like totally my thing.
Okay.
So, Underworld Ascendant is coming out on the November 15th. That's in 3 days. I do not see a price. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be at least $40. If it's cheaper than $40, I'm gonna be happy. But I hope it's not 60, because it does have the indie tag here on Steam and a $60 indie game. Oh man. Though
Yeah.
I do think it might be worth $60. Okay, so that's it for my recommendations. You got anything else?
Same here.
Then
Nope.
let's slowly bring the show to an end. And as we do always, we will do that through shilling. So you can find me at Kralizec Gaming, where I do mainly reviews, and tomorrow the Spitkiss review, where you can find more of my opinions in more detail, will be found there. Or you can go to Steemit, where you can find me at Kralizec, and my content is there. I do gaming reviews, commentaries. There's also my other blog where I do science stuff there. What about you?
Well, you can find me on YouTube as Tygergamer and on Steam as Tygergamer. I mainly do Let's Plays, and right now I'm working on my thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2, so look forward to that.
And with that being said, that's going to be it for today, guys. We hope you enjoyed today's show, and if you did, please consider giving us a thumbs up here on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. If you are watching on Steemit, maybe you want to give us an upvote and follow the blog. Either way, be sure to leave a comment, and be sure to tune in tomorrow because the gaming news series returns. See you guys later with more gaming content.
Y'all have a good one.